Now, normally when I start these videos, I know exactly what we're going to do and I can tell you what's to come in the video. But today's a little different. I have no idea what we're going to do, other than I know that we're going to meet Duarte from Madeira Green and Blue, the best tour guide in Madeira, and he's promised me that he's going to show us some places that we've never seen before, places I've never seen before. So I'm looking forward to that. Come along with me. I do know we're going to have some fun, but look where we are. I've come outside of Funchal, just about 20 minutes. This is Quinta Grande, and the next town over is Campanario, where I'm meeting him, but I just wanted to stop and show you. This is outside of city life. You've got people growing things here, little church, views down to the sea, of course, it's Madeira after all, but then you have these tiered mountain landscapes where everyone's there growing potatoes, they're growing vines, they're tilling the land already, getting ready for the next crop. It is absolutely gorgeous. And there is a lavada here, I think it's called Lavada de Norte, which wraps all the way around these mountains. Maybe you can just see the path up there. Anyway, I'm gonna jump back on the bike and we'll go meet Duarte. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I normally trust him. He normally has fantastic recommendations, but I've just arrived at the meeting point. Look what it is. It's just a little, well, it's just a little roundabout, a bin, and somewhere to park my bike. I mean, okay, nice view of the sea, nice view of the landscape. Yeah, not much. Here he is. Here he is. Let's see what he's got to say for himself. He's got people in the car as well. This is how he normally drives on those tours, by the way. You've got to be careful of that. I was just saying to the camera, normally I trust you and I trust your recommendations, but you just brought me to a bin and a roundabout.
Yes, what an lovely place to bring you, right? Now you're gonna see. You're gonna see why I brought you here.
So we've just arrived and he's already in a tree.
I don't want to fall. Look what I do for you.
So what is it?
So this is Nésperas in Portuguese.
English?
Oh, you beat me. Loquat?
Loquat, yes, there you go.
There you go. So the way to eat is like this. You bite the tip of it.
Yeah. Oh, that looks...
So you have 3 big seeds inside.
Yeah.
Has like a sour flavor to it.
Okay.
Sweet and sour at the same time.
Out of 10,
It's
how do you
fantastic.
rate it?
I would say, well, that depends what you want to, but I would say an 8 as a fruit.
8?
An 8, but it's free, so it should be a 10.
Okay, go on, let me try a bit.
There you go.
Oh. It is good. So, oh, that is good. So you're telling me there's something worth seeing over here?
Yep.
Don't think I'd have found this one, to be honest.
So try not to fall, okay?
Yeah, we're good, we're good. This is all right. This is safe compared to others.
This is another one. This is the guava.
Okay.
Guava, there's some guavas over there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I love you, Joe, but I'm not gonna go down there to get one for
Thanks. You know, it's my last week. I'm just easy videos, things I want to do. And right now, it's Wednesday now of my last week. This is what I want to be doing, hanging out with my mates.
you. Yes. You know, he says...
I don't know where they are, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm joking,
Yeah.
I'm joking. This is Stefan, by the way. You might see him in the video too. But sugarcane.
Guys, sugarcane over here.
Sugarcane.
You know, the harvesting season for the sugarcane is May and June, so they're still very small.
Okay. Don't think I've seen it like this though. That's pretty cool. I'm still skeptical. Oh, okay. The view is turning nice.
Oh, the views are
Yeah,
fantastic.
the view is. And this is now Campanario, right?
Campanario's over there.
So I just stopped in Quinta Grande for the intro, and now this is the next town over. Another little valley, well, little valley, massive valley. Cacti, look at this. All right, he knows what he's doing, I think. Here it is.
The sun, but the views should be...
We don't need to worry about the sun when the views are this good. Oh, this is all right, isn't it?
Well, yesterday when I told you it was a nicer day than today.
Yeah, well, this is how it happens. Unfortunately, you don't need to say sorry for the sun, you say sorry for the drone. Because
For the drone...
it's too windy.
Okay.
Yeah, and last time, do you remember in the video you tried to fly your drone in the wind?
Yes, I know what happened. Yes, I got scared. I got scared.
Needed to change his pants. That was the problem.
Yeah, no.
But the views here, wow, look at that. All the way down the coastline. This is towards Ribeira Brava down here. But this is all Campanario, isn't it? And then you've got the highway down there. these black things here, these black circles, that's where they farm fish. So you've got a fish farm. All the yellow flowers are out. It's quite a nice time of year for that stuff.
Ezidinhas, the name of these flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Ezidinhas, you can even chew on it. It has a lemony taste to it.
Of course it bloody does. I'm not doing that. That's the
Why
poison.
not?
Stefan, are you going to do it? Chew on some dodgy flower that he's saying.
I chew everything Duarte gives me.
Yeah. You probably didn't hear that. He says he chews everything Duarte gives him. So there's trust. But yes, this is, there's many viewpoints in Madeira. But normally when they're as pretty as this, they're crowded.
Yeah.
So-
You know what? I understand Joe is going to Thailand. He
Yes.
say he's now seen everything in the island. I think he has even scratched the surface of it. He's never been to this place. Have you been, Joe?
I've never been to this
No.
place. I never said I saw everything.
Yeah.
But these guys voted for me to leave.
Did they?
You blame them.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, I know you're going to be coming very often, so you know.
We'll see. Well,
Yes.
I'll give it a week and I'll probably miss him and I want to come back. you see.
Yeah. You know, when you see his rating going like down, he's gonna say, "Oh, Duarte, come here." Maybe I'll join him in Thailand. I don't know.
Exactly. Anything for you guys, right? Let's come down some dodgy path to some scary viewpoint. Actually, you know what? I am kind of joking because if I was on my own, I'd be doing exactly this. I'd see a path to the edge and I would go there. But I wouldn't go all the way to the edge. You have to be careful here, especially when there's no one around. Is it safe?
Joe, remember, you're paying by the hour. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Be careful, guy. Be careful.
Jeez. That's a view. This is Feijão dos
Feijão
Padres.
dos Padres. So you see from this side of the island, Feijão dos
Yeah.
Padres, and the cable car up on above over there. See the
Where's the
structure
cable
over there?
car? Oh yeah.
That's the cable car
You
right
guys
over
see
there.
that? Wow. Do you know how high this is?
You know, we have Apple. iPhone.
No, right here, where we are now.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell
Okay,
you.
you do that. Is
The-
this just
the
me? I
bottom
met
was-
someone else the other day who has this feeling
Of
that
what?
when you get to an edge like this,
Yes.
do you not get the feeling that you want to jump?
You feel. Oh,
And then
yeah.
I met someone the other day. It's not just me, by the way. I met someone else the other day who had this.
Yeah?
Because they got to we were at a viewpoint I was filming, and they said to me, "Oh, do you ever get the feeling that you just want to jump? Not in a dodgy way."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god, the first person I've met."
I think
Oh,
you die before getting down. It's 320 meters.
That's pretty
So that's
cool.
where we're going. Yeah.
What app is this?
The iPhone app.
The iPhone-
Yes. I don't know what's
What's
the
it
name of
called?
it.
Yeah, what's the
Compass.
The Compass app.
Compass app.
Okay,
Compass.
that's cool. I didn't realize you could do that. That's gonna be in my
320
videos
meters.
now.
Yes, of course.
Anyway, all right. Thank you very much. Where are we going
So you
next?
see, fantastic. To another beautiful spot you haven't been to. It's called Quelhao de Lapa.
Okay.
You're gonna see.
Better than this?
You know, I really hate to say the one place is better than the others. They complement.
Yeah.
Everything's so beautiful in the island.
That's true.
And since I love every place, everywhere over here, I'm
know
not
what
like
you should be?
I might have some favorite ones.
Instead of a tour guide, you know what
Yeah.
you should be?
What?
A politician.
Politician?
With an answer like that. You look like a cow.
Lemonade.
You're like a cow.
Yay.
Are you sure it's not poisonous?
Don't worry.
That's not a no. Oh, it is very lemony.
It's like a lemony taste to it.
Yes.
And also makes you salivate. So when people were working on the fields, they'll be chewing on it too.
Well, if you never see this video, guys, you know I'm dead. All right, well, that was fun. I'll give him that. Great first stop. Would never have found it myself, as I said at the start. A few minutes in the car, and then we're off to the next place, right?
It's very nearby.
Okay.
It's close by.
All right, we'll see you guys there. All right, of course, it's Madeira, so you can't go anywhere without having a drink in between, right, Duarte? So,
Who's having a drink?
cheers. Well, you're not,
Who's
on a,
having
you're
a
not
drink?
on a tour today, you're on a friend's
Guys,
trip.
Coral, the best beer in Madeira.
Cheers.
Never
Cheers
miss
to
it.
you guys too. I know you don't want to be too much on camera on the left, but cheers. So we've got, well, Coca-Cola's for us good people, beer
Nice
for,
empanada.
and empanadas. What's in them?
This one's chicken. Frango.
Frango, I know
Empanada de
that.
frango.
Is it good?
Guys, you should say frango, not franga. Franga is another thing.
What's that?
I'm not gonna tell you. Find out.
We'll be Googling that later.
You know what it is. He knows what it is. Yeah.
You want to enlighten us? Nope.
You might go through Funchal at night and go, franga, I want some franga. Franga.
The outside, the empanada is really good, really crispy, right? Inevitably, wherever you go, there's a barking dog in Madeira, but it's camera shy, so whenever I turn the camera on, it doesn't want to be filmed.
Yep.
But this is nice. This is what Madeira is about, right? These are what these trips are about. You're not just rushing from place to place. You stop,
course.
you chill, you enjoy, you grab something to eat. You do that on your tours as well, right?
That's what I learned from you. Enjoy the place. Relax, also mingle with the people,
Yeah.
with the locals. You know, something people are asking me in my tours. They come to the island, so they do like a crash course in Duolingo, so they
Okay.
want to practice their Portuguese. So wherever I go, I ask them to ask for the things in Portuguese too. So it's
Well,
a way
they've just
for them
learnt
to
a
learn.
new word on this one, so...
Yeah, franga, of course. There you
Lucky
go.
them.
Don't look for it in the Duolingo. You're not going to find it.
And very quickly, because you do tours, and they're amazing tours, they're the best tours in Madeira, when he's not drinking.
I'm not paying him to say that.
Are you still doing... But
He's a great friend.
are you still doing a Jerry P discount?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So, details in the description. Details in the description. Mention my channel. You have to go direct though, right?
Of
have
course,
to go
yes.
direct.
Direct through me, yes.
And you
I
get-
already have a website, so they
Yeah.
can do it directly through
And
me.
then you get 10% off.
And guys, book, pay later, okay? You see, I trust you, you trust me, I trust you.
Perfect. Right.
Great.
Let's trust him with the next spot.
Of course.
All right, guys, next spot. We've just come down to, well, he just brought us onto another little path, but we're going down to a spot called Calhau de Lapa. I've never been. We're just coming through again. I mean, this is a very rural area, isn't it? Lots of people growing stuff, banana trees. Of course, Madeira is banana island when you're on the banana belt. But it's nice to be in these places. We're not in mountains. You don't need to go a million miles away to get this type of thing. We're not in the mountains, but you still feel like you're out of the big city. So yeah, as it progresses, I have no idea what to expect, but I'll show you the good bits as we go down. And yeah, let's see what we get up to. This is exciting. This is what I like. Normally I'm the one with the plan trying to find good things, but when you're on tours like this, well, it's not a tour when you're hanging out with people, but here's a tour guide. When you're on tours like this, you can just relax and let other people, or him in this case, you know, pick the places and you just go along for the ride. You used to come down here when you were a little kid, didn't you? Because you're actually from this village.
Yes, of course. This was like yesterday.
That's right.
So this is not the well. There are many, let's say, trails to go to where we go.
Yeah, okay.
This is the one they just rebuilt it because this was in a bad shape.
Yeah.
But there was another one, the one I used to, because it's closer to my house. That one is already is still in bad shape.
And more steep, right?
It's more steep and there's a loose rocks everywhere. So
Okay.
yes, this one, as you see, they just fix it.
Yeah,
so
it's
easy
fine.
to go
Yeah.
to the place.
But you used to come down here, and Victor, your son, he's with us, but doesn't want to be on camera. He was saying you nearly drowned down here.
I came here to get some sea urchins for my biology class.
Okay.
And it was winter time. I had this coat, you know, a wool sweater and blue jeans.
Yeah.
So I was all, you know, heavy stuff on.
Okay.
So when I fell into the ocean and I didn't know how to swim, I was 16 then. So yes, I almost drowned over here.
That was smart.
You're gonna see why. This is like a little harbor for the fishermen
Okay.
to go fishing, and the water makes like a twist. So
Ah,
I fell
yeah,
right
yeah.
in the middle.
Well,
It's not fun, guys.
I can imagine. But we're glad you're alive, otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. And it looks like we're just about to come to the viewpoint, right? Or a viewpoint.
Well, let's keep it that way. Let's keep it that way.
This might be a little reveal.
Going down.
Let's just check how it looks. Hey. Woo! Yes, okay. So that's where we're going down to. You can see the little fisherman's house down there. A little house down there, and it's a little bit rough. Yeah.
See?
And this is where they used to launch the fishing boats.
Yeah, that's where they would launch the fishing boats. Over here, there's now a restaurant in summertime.
Okay.
People come to the beach over here.
Okay. Nice. Well, you wouldn't want to swim now, but it's certainly pretty.
Why not? I just warm up the water for you.
Bit rough. And it's going to get steeper. Oh, look, is this made after you nearly drowned?
Yeah.
This was to protect you afterwards. I actually like this. I'm not religious, but it's nice to see these things. Would this have been here for the fishermen, maybe?
Maybe so, yes. When they went fishing, they would pray, you know, for everything to come out
Yeah.
all right. So, yeah.
Cool.
And to have like a big fish.
All right, we'll see you guys at the bottom. Well, I said I wouldn't speak to you until the bottom, but we've just found the most incredible waterfall coming down. We saw the valley with the water in, and I guess it's coming down here in a waterfall. We're nearly at the bottom now. It's actually not as bad as what I thought when they said at the top it's steep. I think coming up will be hard, but going down is okay. But the view of the waterfall, the sound of the water, you've got the waves crashing in the background, and then you've got the sound of the waterfall crashing down as well. It's just stunning. I mean, I know the drone, there he is. I know.
I haven't deceived you, Joe.
You haven't. He says he hopes he hasn't let us down. He hasn't. This place is pretty special, I would say. Pretty special, right? Don't you think? What would you give it so far? You haven't been here too long.
For first 3 waterfalls, so for me it's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yes.
There you go. Your camera. Oh yeah, he's the photographer, by the way. So if you ever need any shots when you're in Madeira, I think he does freelance photo shoots, don't you? Link in the description as well, and you can make memories in Madeira. Oh, what a little day this is turning out to be, isn't it? All right, I think we made it down to the bottom, finally.
Joe, this is what I wanted to show you.
Oh wait, this is,
AL.
you can stay here.
Yes, you can stay here.
You wouldn't want to forget the water, would you?
Yeah, these were the caves or the grouts, the grota,
Yeah, the
that
grottos.
the fishermen use when to keep their the gear to go fishing.
Yeah,
Now some of these grouts or these grotas
yeah,
are made for Airbnb. You can just stay here the weekend if you want.
that's crazy. I'm not sure I would want to do that with that. Well, maybe I would, but anyway, we made it to the bottom. It looks like there's a few signs of life here, little bridge, few huts. And this isn't necessarily part of your tours, right? It's not on the scheduled
Necessarily.
tours.
As I say, my private tours are designed specifically to some type of customer.
So if someone
you want-
wanted to,
yes,
they could.
Out of the beaten path. You know, people go always to the same places, to the ones that
Yeah.
are more touristics.
Yeah.
So that's why you get to see so many crowded people.
Yeah.
There are many places in the island where you can go and just be by yourself.
Yeah,
We are 4 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, my math is okay. Because, of course, you came with me.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
not many people around.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, actually. Really good point. That's why, okay, private tour might cost a little more, but you get him his undivided attention anyway, just for you. And secondly, you get to choose or work with him to choose a tour tailored exactly to how you want it, and not just go to. You can pay 50 euros and go on a tour, but you're going to be going exactly where they want
That is
to
for
go.
everyone. That is
Yeah.
for everyone in the island. The thing is, if you want something more exclusive, and you are with a local.
Only with you,
I was
yeah.
born in Madeira, okay?
Exactly.
I'm not like, when I was born, no. I was born in Madeira.
Anyway, as pretty as your face is, I've just clocked the view on the other side.
I know people might want to see Clara and
Yeah,
not me, but
this is true.
Sorry guys, sorry to deceive you.
But what I do want to see is this view, because this is spectacular. Look at this. Look at this. What a view. I mean, you don't even need a drone to see this. This is spectacular. And you can see, built into the rock face, you have more of those caves that they've turned into like little huts on, into the cave. It looks a bit like a Western movie, doesn't it? That's pretty interesting. But you have the buildings, the cliff face, and the rocks. Let me tell you, the rocks. Coming down, one of the rocks was spectacular. But then you have this view, the volcanic black rock, the blue ocean, the waves crashing as they land. Special place. Look at this. Is it going to get me? Be confident, be confident. And then you can see the pier over here where they launched the fishing boats. Some kids over here, oh, they're just going to start fishing. That's cool. So people still do come down here, and you can imagine in the summer when this is nice, going for a swim, chilling at a bar here. There's probably a bar, and then this is definitely a bar. There's toilets. Just a nice place, gorgeous place. I am very happy. He never lets me down, even if I'm a little bit skeptical. He never lets me down. And I said that, he never lets anyone down. So what a little corner of Madeira. And he says, I haven't been everywhere. I haven't. And it's days like this where I think, should I really be leaving? Should I really be leaving? And the closer I get to leaving, obviously, I think about that more, because you never know until you do. So the good news is it's a bit of a free hit, isn't it? It's a bit of a free hit. What's the worst that happens? But what's the best that happens? You don't know until you find out. So let's see. Well, we're just on the way back up now. It's steep, very, very steep on the way back up, but it's all right. There's places to stop and you can take a rest. But unfortunately, this is going to be goodbye to Duarte. I'm gonna go and get some food, soak up some of these views, just a little more on the way up, and that amazing waterfall. But I'm gonna go and get some food, and I'll see you guys there. But it's goodbye Duarte, so if you want his tour, thank you. And,
I was given.
high five for your great recommendation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe.
Come up the hill back into Campanario. We may as well make this a Campanario video because there is actually so much going on here and it's so pretty. I've come to La Perera where they have espetada. I need to eat espetada one more time before leaving Madeira, don't I? So why not come back here and make this a fun little video? So this is a unique concept. There's a butcher's over here. They have fruit and veg which they sell. They grow it all. So there's a butcher's in here. There's a bar in here. And then across the road, literally just a few steps across the road, you have the restaurant where they'll cook it for you. So the concept is you come in, you choose your meat from the butcher's counter, choose your meat from here, make your order, grab your bread, and then you come through into the bar. You come in, you order your drinks from the bar, you order your sides from the bar, you get a little ticket, and then you take it across the road and give it to the people who will cook it for you and bring it to your table. Interesting concept, unique concept. Yes, okay, other places do it, but there are not that many places that do it like this. So I thought I'd show you again. I thought I'd do it again. Fruit and veg, by the way. Always love seeing this. Look at that. Look at the size of that. No comments, thank you very much. Sweet potatoes. Love the sweet potatoes here. Normal potatoes. What else do they have? Avocados. Look at that. Avocados. Pretty good prices. €4.50 a kilo. €3 a kilo for a nonna. I might actually get one of these to go home because that is my second favorite fruit in the world. And I love them here. I love it. And it's coming towards the end of the season. Also, end of the season is tangerine. Look at that. Loads of tangerines. And then bananas, of course. You can't be in Madeira without seeing bananas. These ones look amazing. Look at that. Brilliant, bright yellow. Different types of bananas here. Cool. All right, let's make the meat choice. You get the choice of chicken, you get the choice of lamb, you get the choice of pork, and you get the choice of beef. I've just ordered the meat, and now we're into the bar with Fabian.
Welcome to La Pajera.
Thank you so much. He's trained, he's well trained. Now onto the sides. Now I'll call out, I would like to have mil frito.
Okay.
I mean, espetada mil frito, you have to have that. Sometimes I want the fries, but we'll go mil frito, of course. What you have to have when you come here is the salad. So I would just have a small salad, please.
The mini for one person.
Yes, I think so. Because this is the number one. Last time I was here, this might have been my favorite thing on the entire menu. So no pressure to make it as good again.
Of course. No question.
Okay, so I get my little tag. Thank you very much.
And to drink.
Coca-Cola
Wine,
Zero.
yeah,
Coca-Cola Zero. I have to ride the bike, you know.
Okay.
So I've got my tag, walk across the road into the restaurant, and we'll go and give it to them to cook. And then we just wait for it. Well, I'll show you them cooking it, but it's as easy as that. Boa tarde. Number, it's okay? Here we are. This is where the magic happens. I showed you guys last time, but I'll show you again. So the espetada gets brought through and hung up here. He'll then sort the tags out, of course, and then puts them onto the fire to cook them. Cooked over wood, over the charcoal, as you can imagine. That is going to make for amazing, amazing flavor. All right, has started to arrive now. The food essentially just comes when it's ready. So we've got those meatballs, they're there. The cheese that I ordered, I'm waiting for the bolo de caco for that because the cheese and the garlic bread is a winner. The salad, this salad is incredible, incredible. Look at that, there's a banana on it. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but we're all good. The rest of the salad is fantastic. And then the side you have to have with espetada, miglio frito. Look at that, fried cornmeal. Look how crispy and delicious that is. Perfectly fried golden on the outside. Big plate of those. That's the small portion, by the way. That's the small salad, by the way. And then he's just cooking my meat over there. I'm gonna say the view is pretty good. I'm literally sat at the table here and the view overlooking Campanario and down to the sea. Banana trees, flowers, the church down there. It is pretty. It is very, very pretty. Cannot complain at that at all. I cannot wait for the rest of this food to go. But let's try what we've got. Let's start. Just gonna try one of those meatballs. I didn't have this last time for some reason. I think we just forgot to do it, but look at that. Golden on the outside. Yeah, they look good. Meaty meatballs. They are fantastic. It's so meaty. It's so beefy. You know, sometimes when you get bad quality meat, it doesn't really taste of much, right? It's just a bit of a texture in your mouth. But that, you put it in your mouth and you know you're eating beef. That's fantastic. I could just eat a whole plate of them, to be honest. I'm gonna give that meatball a 9.5 out of 10. Whilst I'm waiting for the rest, let me just tell you about this salad. Because I'm not normally a big fan of salad, I must admit. I mean, when it's good, there are salads I like, but when it's just a salad like this, I kind of don't see the point in it. However, this one is incredible. It actually comes dressed. Most salads in Madeira don't come dressed. The fruit, I'm just gonna eat the banana straight off. Banana's good, but I had it last time with the salad. It wasn't really for me. The avocado on this salad is just incredible. It's so rich and it's so creamy. It really is special. And it goes so well with all of these dishes. I get why it's a salad, especially with these dishes. You know, the fried cornmeal, the rich meat, and you want the salad to cut through it. But when it's homemade, when it's homegrown, it makes all the difference. Anyway, the bolo de caco has turned up. The garlic flatbread, you can see, you guys know what this is by now. I don't need to re-explain it, but it's the stone-baked flatbread covered in garlic butter. I'm gonna get some of that and some of that cheese. I'm gonna build myself a little cheese sandwich. So I remember this was pretty good. Let's try that. Proper sandwich. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you. The food just keeps coming. That's the joy of this place. Yes, that is a winner. Cheese sandwich with garlic butter. You're not gonna go wrong now. The cheese is a bit like halloumi. It's as close to halloumi as you can get in Madeira. Here we go. This is what I like, thank you. Food keeps coming, so we've got the beef and we've got the lamb turning up, so we're in meat heaven here. But that's your favorite, right? The cheese and the bolo de caco. Yeah, yeah, of course.
The bolo de caco is something like you start and you cannot finish.
Yeah, exactly, and then you regret it. What I'm going to do is what I told you last time. The fat will drop off, so put your bolo de caco under it, and when the fat runs down, it will drop onto the bolo de caco, and then you're in for a treat. Onto this beef. Now, normally, you don't normally sit here on your own and have all of these skewers. You might have 1 or 2 skewers for yourself, trying different things, or you probably just have one, right? Normally, you buy a skewer. However, this dog is a hungry dog. However, I'm filming for you guys. How has he cooked it? Yeah, nice and pink in the middle. Nice and pink in the middle. You have different cuts. You have a lean cut. I'm not going to remember the names, but you have a lean cut. You have a cut on the bone, which is what we've got here. And then you have, I think, like a rib cut as well. The pricing is all super clear. It's all there. You're not going to be scammed out of your money. It's all super clear next to the meat. And on the signs, right? So you know what you're paying for. Actually, this is cooked perfectly. Espetada is traditionally, for me, is beef. So when you're ordering it, or when I'm thinking about espetada, I'm thinking about beef. They just happen to do everything else as well. Chicken can also be very good, but for me, beef is the one that you want. That was good. Beefy, salty, taste of the fire on the outside. And it's cooked well. And obviously he sits there, or he stands there, and he's turning and turning, he's watching, he's looking after it. That's what you want from these places, right? You can cook it yourself at some of them, but then I'm a bit nervous. Well, I'm not, but you know what I mean. Sometimes I am, you don't know, there's people watching. Go to a place that cooks it well, order your beef espetada, get the milho frito, get the salad, get the bolo de caco, order a drink, and sit down and enjoy, because this is Madeira. This is Madeira. And this, today has kind of shown that as well. It's been fun. We'll talk about that later. I might stop for a poncho and I'll give you my thoughts on it, but I am gonna miss this, I think. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy the view, take it in a little bit again. But this is what I'm trying to do here, not just film. I'm trying to remember this is my last week, and I want to appreciate these experiences as well. And then we'll finish off this video with a poncha at a place people keep recommending to me, and we'll see if it's as good as my favorite poncha. So I'll see you guys there. I haven't gone to the spot I promised. I've come to another one, sticking in Campanario, because why not? We're here, and as I said, I want to keep that as the theme of the video. I have come to a place, a very pretty place, called Saquinhas, and well, they do drinks, they do cocktails, they do beer, of course. But for me, it's the view. Look at this. The sun is on its way down now, and we have the view over the ocean, over the highway down there, but also a view over the mountains, or over the hills, over the valley, and over Campanario itself. So we get the whole perspective here. I've got a few little tables, a nice little space back here. I've got myself a lemon poncha, my favorite type of poncha I've found out. So we'll see how good it is, but I say this a lot, you've heard me say it before, it doesn't always matter how good things are when you have views like this. Pretty special, especially at sunset. And the sun is going to go down right over there, so it's just going to get better and better and better. The poncha, €3.50, so not a bad price, especially for a view like this. Let's see how it is. So cheers guys, so. Nice poncha, very nice poncha, very smooth actually. Not as good as my number one, Lido's Tavern, but very nice poncha. And like I say, it doesn't matter so much with this view, does it? You can sit here, relax, let the sun go down and just unwind and take in this wonderful landscape. And it has been an amazing day, one of those days where, I don't know, this place, actually this town, this village, if we want to call it that, it's a village, but this village means something to me. I won't go into why, but it's been nice to come and explore it because I haven't been here properly for a long time, let's say that, and to come and explore it and see the things to do with good people and nice friends makes a big difference, and it means a lot. So it's been nice to do this on my final week. It's going fast though, guys. It's going really fast. Maybe I've been thinking, God, I just need a couple more weeks. I just need a little more time. And I don't have that. I only have a few days left. But maybe that's why I'm thinking that. I still don't have regrets, but I'm definitely thinking I need a little more time. Because you know what's funny? One of the big reasons that I decided to leave was because I feel like, bored is the wrong word, but I feel like I did everything I needed to do and I was in a bit of a creative rut, especially after hiking across the island. That was a real trigger point for that feeling, that part of the feeling. Now, it's not just that. There are plenty of other reasons, including some very important big reasons, which we're not going to go into on the channel. However, since I made the decision, to leave, and I solidified it by booking tickets and sorting visa out and everything else, I have been having a wonderful time. And I haven't felt bored, I felt inspired, and all of these things that I wasn't feeling. It's funny how that works, isn't it? But maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's because I made the decision and I know my time is limited and I know I need to make the most of it and I know I need to be grateful for everything I see. But we are still leaving and this video is ending and we're on the home stretch now. Still so much to do. So many people say goodbye to and packing to do. You lovely people need to subscribe, turn the notifications on if you want to see me once I leave. That would be really helpful. Hit that bell icon because I don't want to disappear off your subscription feed. And I'm going to enjoy my poncha, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Just a few left now, guys. Just a few left.